All right, guys. Welcome back to the CombatBS show. It's been a while. I finally feel like doing another episode. I just haven't had time. I've been busy. I got out of the hospital after a while and just felt like I needed to get my own life back physically, work out again, get back in the flow. And today we're going to jump right into this UFC Vegas Apex card breakdown. Bonfim versus Muhammad. This is going to be a tough one to break down overall, but I'm very confident in the picks that I have. Sad that these two fights didn't go through. Emmanuel Rodriguez and Matt Schnell, and then Marcus McGee and Jacob Ilicic. Those two guys, those two fights would have been super fun, but that's all right. We're gonna kick off the fights with two straight female cards. I think Souza wins. I think I don't really know what to think in this fight. I'm not gonna break him down too much. Just if you really want to find a women's fight to bet on, I would take Souza. But let's just start here with Jordan Levitt, his second fight at featherweight versus Joanderson Brito. Brito and Jordan Levitt, the way I see it, Jordan Levitt moved down in weight and he's able to grapple a lot more and has that kind of advantage with his own weight and doesn't feel like he's going to be getting taken down all the time. And Joanderson Brito, the last time out that I remember, or maybe he's had a fight since, but he got absolutely grappled by Pat Sabatini and couldn't do anything. Pat was kind of just laying on him, going for Von Flus every once in a while. And I just don't, that's not a good look. I don't know how much of that ground you can make up when you're a guy like Joanderson Brito gets doing dominated on the bottom. And Jordan Levitt moving down in weight, I just am more confident in his ability to stay on top and damage Brito. And on the feet, Bonfim Brito is dangerous, but I just don't see it. I think Jordan Levitt cruises here, and you'll see that later in my picks because he is plus 160. Priscilla Cachoeira versus Chelsea Chandler. I hate this fight. It feels like they fought on every Apex card in existence, and Priscilla Cachoeira is just a big girl in like a physical way in the cage, and I just see her winning, but I am not an expert at WMMA, so let's just keep it rolling. Bruno Silva, Edgar Chavez. This is going to be a fun fight. Um, Again, Bruno Silva just had a fight where he bounced back really well, I believe. Hold on, let me double check. Uh, I don't want to be wrong here and thinking about the wrong flyweight. There's a lot of veterans at flyweight that I actually think I am thinking of the wrong guy. I think I'm thinking of Cody Durden. I can type. All right, let's close these ads. All right. Bruno Bulldog Silva. Okay, yeah, never mind. He lost. Okay, he had a rear naked choke win against Sung Park. Lost to Joshua Van. Fair. Listen to Joshua Van. It's never that big of a deal. And then lost a split to Charles Johnson. I think this is the one that I thought that he won. If I'm not mistaken, let me check Charles Johnson's record. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is his most recent performance. Yeah, I thought that Charles Johnson lost that fight, to be completely honest. But yeah, just give me Bruno Silva here. I don't really. Edgar Chavez is solid, but I don't think that he's a ranked flyweight just yet. And at flyweight, you got to get through Bruno Silva to get, excuse me, to get into the rankings. John Giannis taking a short notice fight against Marcus McGee. Marcus McGee's a minus 500 favorite, so unless you're going to take McGee by KO or submission or the under 1.5 rounds, I don't see a world where there's a lot of value here. So I am so sorry. Goodness. Um, so if you really want to find a bet here, it's KO, but I don't see a whole lot of value either way. Marcus McGee should win this fight, but I don't think the risk is worth the reward of placing a bet on him. Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. Costa is, I'm gonna do the same thing that I've been doing. Didn't do my research too in advance for this. I'm sorry. I wanted to record this because I am confident in the picks that I have, but I am not 100% certain on the other ones. Well, that can't be right. Oh, it's a double S, no X. There it is. All right, Alessandro Costa. He's only had. He's always been around a while. One on Contender Series and one on Lux Fight. Lost to Amir Abazi back in 2022. Beats Jimmy Flick, loses to Urzeg. Fair enough. Beats Kevin Boras. Cool. Gets KO'd by who the fuck is that? I don't even know that guy. And gets a second round KO. Okay. I like this fight from Matt Chanel. But again, Matt Chanel's chinny at his age. I'm not betting on him. I'm just gonna steer clear of this fight. These two fights, they're cool, whatever, entertaining. Don't care. Two more fights that are upsetting that we lost, but we did get replacements that are pretty exciting as well. Iwo Barnowski versus Junior Tafa. Saw a lot of people going on Twitter talking about Junior Tafa by KO is plus 800. Junior Tafa is underrated. Iwo Barnowski hasn't been taken into later rounds, and I think there's a reason for that. I think the play here is going under or a first round finish for either guy. I think they're going to go to war a little bit. I think Junior Tafa will inevitably lose, but I don't hate anyone that wants to believe in Junior Tafa, wants to get that number, wants to bet on it. It's fun, but I don't see it happening. Bantamweight bout, Bryce Mitchell will take on Santiago Luna. Santiago Luna steps in on late notice. The top 5 skill set of Santiago Luna, stepping on a late notice against a top contender skill set in Bryce Mitchell, both unranked right now, which is kind of a crazy that this matchup is happening because of the short notice nature. Luna has a lot of KO power on the feet. Bryce Mitchell is very dangerous on the ground. Luna's not as experienced in the MMA space as Bryce Mitchell. I think majority of the time Bryce can avoid the bombs. He did get hit really hard by Nurmagomedov, Saeed Nurmagomedov in their last fight, and hurt. He was able to fight through that and win the fight. Luna is dangerous on the feet. Bryce Mitchell has, since moving down in weight, doesn't seem to have the same chin. But yeah, let's see what happens. I got a bet that I like for this fight, and it's not picking either fighter. There's your hint. Tom Nolan versus Faraz Ziem. Faraz Ziem is one of those guys at 6'1", I believe, at lightweight that is just so dangerous. The beating that he put on, who the hell did he put that absolute beating on last time out? But the beating that he put on them was absolutely nasty. After that fight where he KO'd one of Ray Longo's guys, what's his name? The redhead. You guys know what I'm talking about. He absolutely put a beating on Matt Favola. That's who it was. After that, I was very impressed with his skill set. And then moving forward, it was like just waiting on him to get that shot at the top 15 because Matt Favola was in the top 15 for a little bit. He beat Mike Davis and whatever. And then Nazim Sadikov. This is the one that I was thinking of before I thought of the Matt Favola situation. He beat the shit out of Nas. Back-to-back Ray Longo guys. Damn. Nas just didn't really seem to understand the distance against a guy the size of Faraz Ziem. And Ziem was able to just pick him apart from the outside. Tom Nolan is 6'2", though. Tom Nolan's another massive lightweight. I don't know why they're making this exact matchup right now with Faraz not even having a chance to move up the rankings yet. We're giving him a guy that should be coming into the rankings. I respect both these guys. I think they're both extremely talented. I just got to lead in the same way as the books to Faraz Ziem. I know the books are overpricing things these days, so if you want to lean Tom Nolan, then cool, you're getting good value, but also they're only doing this because the favorites are winning a lot more often this year. So um, Tom Nolan he's live, but I just like Zion a lot more. Give me Zion to win that fight. Edmund Shabazian versus Brendan Allen. This fight I absolutely hate for Brendan Allen. I'm a huge fan of Brendan Allen. He's super entertaining. I'm more of a fan of like guys like Strickland and guys at the top of middleweight, but Brendan Allen's a super fun fighter, and he's a guy who's tough and has hung around for all these years. Fighting Edmund Shabazian, I think it's ridiculous that the UFC didn't give him somebody like a Drake Duplessis, like a somebody near the top five to build his name. He should be getting a title shot if he gets another big win. And instead, they're giving him Edmund Shabazian. And even if he wins this fight, they're just going to say that wasn't a good ranked opponent. You're not coming off a big win. Blah blah blah. Blah. He's not going to get a title shot against Strickland more than likely anyway. It's probably going to have to be somebody else to beat Strickland, because of the way that Strickland beat him back in the day. But like, should he really have to go up against a guy with power who's dangerous? I don't think so. But Brendan Allen seems to have no problem with taking the fight. And I think I know why. Brendan Allen is way better than Edmund Shabazian on the ground. He has very good top control. The only guys he's really struggled to like hold down recently would be Fluffy Hernandez, and that was a close fight. 50-50 fight, could have gone either way. Um, I just thought Brendan Allen showed his level against RDR, and I think he'll continue to show that level here against Edmund Shabazian. I think he's going to submit him, and my picks will reflect it. And now we're at the main event. Bilal Muhammad, Gabriel Bonfim. This fight is super exciting. Bonfim 19-1, Bilal Muhammad 24-5. Bilal Muhammad is a slight favorite. I believe he's around minus 140, minus one, something like that. 125, 135, somewhere in there. Bilal, I don't think is as good as he was when he was champ. I think Bilal has took a lot of damage in that title defense. Took some damage at the end of the Leon fight. Trained to get back, hurt his toe, trained to get back, got busted up by JDM. Finally came back again, and then gets beat up by Ian Gary. Said he was dealing with a lot of things to the weight cut. It just seemed like the age and the wear and tear of the miles that MMA puts on you, especially a guy like Bilal Muhammad, who probably was the best welterweight there for a year, year and a half, 2 years maybe, but just wasn't getting the title shot. Um, it feels like he could have had 2 or 3 title defenses if he was given the shot when he probably deserved it. But those MMA miles and the training, the way it takes effect on your body, I think he's 37, almost 38, somewhere in there. Gabriel Bonfim's yet to reach his prime, up and coming prospect. Very dangerous on the feet. We saw that against Randy Brown. He's has really sneaky submissions. I think he's got a really good guillotine. And Bilal Muhammad's going to be shooting. Bilal Muhammad is going to be trying to get in his face. Bonfim's really tall, has dangerous knees. I don't see how Bilal's the favorite here. With the way the recent lines or the way the recent fights have gone for him, the way he's looked in these warlike fights at the age that he is, I don't see a world where he's going to put it on Bonfim grappling for 25 minutes. And I think Bonfim is too slick on the feet to end up in a situation like Leon, where he's just getting pressed up against the cage, taken down, pressed up against the cage, lit up with hands. I think Bonfim's going to win this fight. I think he will finish this fight. I think Bilal Muhammad might get KO'd. So, yeah, that is my pick. Let me go through my bets because this week I actually have a lot in comparison to my typical weeks. I try to keep it low. I try to keep it around $10 to $15 for the people in the audience watching. This week we're going with 20th. No, sorry, we're still sticking with 15. First pick, we're gonna go Brendan Allen by submission, parlayed with Bryce Mitchell and Santiago Luna to go under 2.5. I think Luna is dangerous on the feet, Bryce is dangerous on the ground, and Brendan Allen is just a lot better on the ground. So I just see the paths of victory for the two fighters in the Bryce Mitchell fight and for Brendan Allen in the co-main event. So that's plus 650. I'm putting $5 on it to pay 37.50. Next is just Gabriel Bonfim money line. I just don't see a world where Bilal is going to put it on him at this age. And my last bet's Jordan Levitt, plus 160. Yes, I mentioned it earlier in the breakdowns. Plus 160 on Jordan Levitt after that last performance, and after the break his performance against a guy like Pat Sabatini. Even though Pat's an incredible grappler, the ease at which he got him down and the ease at which Levitt was grappling his last fight out, I see there being, even if it's not 12 minutes of control time, I see there being 6 minutes of control time, 7 minutes of control time. And can Levitt land enough shots to bother him in that time? Personally, I think so. I think that there's going to be a lot of times where Levitt is just landing bombs and on the ground and just bothering him and forcing him to try to work his way back to his feet and exhausting Brito over the course of 15 minutes. So those are my picks for this weekend. I'm sorry, this is a rough video. I'm yawning. I'm not getting the names right. I didn't do a lot of research in advance, but this is a week that I was really confident in, and a week that I wanted to come back on, especially because I would like to break this down, give it a recap, and then lead that into the UFC 250 on the White House lawn. This week is very important for UFC to deliver with ads, to deliver with fight building, promotional stuff leading into the White House. We really got to come out big as a fan base and, yeah, push this sport more into the mainstream because I swear the more friends I show it, the more of a fan base that the sport swells around me. It takes 2 or 3 fight nights, and all my buddies are sold on it. So hopefully this sport continues to grow with the White House card. Hopefully the Conor McGregor return in July continues to help it, and then hopefully the next few months, August, September, October, we get double title fights because we're missing so many champions. Volkanovski hasn't fought since I think it was January 29th, or no, it was the end of February, or no, February 1st, I believe. And a lot of the female fighters haven't even fought this year. Like champions haven't even fought this year at all. Marab versus Piotr Jan rematch, Pantoja versus Van rematch. There's a lot of fights. Heavyweight hasn't had a title fight. That happened with 250, but after that, we got to get another one in this year. There's a lot of situations that I think later in the year could be stacked post the McGregor return to really promote the sport to the next level, and I think it will. It will happen. So let me know what you guys think about my picks for this weekend. Let me know what you think about the White House card, how it's going to work, how the weather's going to work, how the bugs are going to work, how the fighters are going to perform. Is it going to tire them out quicker? Just drop a comment down below, subscribe, like, all that stuff. We're going to get more consistent again. It's time. I love this shit. I love the UFC. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Update to the background coming soon. I just unpacked a bunch of cards today. I got a few rare cards that I might set up. I got a little Islam toy thing right here. I got a poster. It's laying right here right now, actually. Here, I'll pick it up. I wrinkled it there to press it. But first UFC card that I actually purchased on my own. It's the artist edition poster of it. So that's Pereira versus Izzy 2 and Masvidal and Burns down there. There's a better look at it. And that was after the John Jones fight because I watched John Jones, Alexei Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko fight, Cyril Gane, all those way back in the day. And that was the first one I bought on my own. That's what pushed me into being a massive fan. And it's surreal to watch Pereira now fight on the White House lawn. Like, who would have thought back then? So thank you guys for the support. I'm sorry I haven't been as consistent as I want to be. I will be moving forward. And thanks for watching. Have a good night.